This is the championship final Game 1 press conference featuring the Oklahoma Sooners, joined by head coach Patty Gasso and student athletes Jocelyn Alo, Tiarre Jennings, and Taylan Snow. Questions for our student athletes to begin. Ryan Aber.
Ryan Aber for the Oklahoma. This is for each of the players. At this point, with what y'all have done this season and during your careers, does this still surprise you at all? What you all are able to do?
Let's start with Taylan, please.
We come out every game just wanting to compete and do what we can on the field to get a win. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it surprises us because we come out ready to just compete.
Tiarre?
Yeah, I think we're just so locked in within our preparation that each game, not like that we're expected to do it, but we know that we should be doing good things. We hold the expectations for ourselves. So I think every game we just keep that momentum and we keep that preparation and trust in our process and our plans that the good things will happen like that.
Jocelyn?
I wouldn't really say it surprises us, but it's definitely cool to see what it is that we can do as the stakes get higher and as the stages get bigger. And we just continue to keep our heads down and just do what we do.
Jason?
Jason Patacchio from the OU Daily. This question's for both Tiarre and Jocelyn. You guys have been friends and teammates since you guys played on the Bat Busters together. I'm kind of curious how much that's played into your guys' dominance on and off the field, just being able to grow up together and kind of see each other play.
Start with Jocelyn, please.
It's funny because we never actually played together on the Bat Busters. She was always on a younger team, but we were always at EM together. We would do the classes. I don't think I hit with you.
We would practice together.
But yeah, we seen each other. We ran a lot of foul poles together. But yeah, I think just when Tiarre got here, that connection just got stronger. And as the years have gone on, it's just continued to grow stronger and stronger each year. And I think it plays a huge role in just who we are as people and that 2-3 punch.
Tiarre?
Yeah, I think it's a little different for me just because I had Jocelyn as a role model for me when I was younger. So while we were running those foul poles, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Jocelyn Alo. So I think as soon as when I was on the Bat Busters, just watching her grow up, that's when we became like family. And then when she committed to OU and I was committed to OU, I think that's when we really started to grow together. But I just think the best thing being on the field together is that I get to learn from her every day and just kind of bounces off of each other.
Eric?
This question's for Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. This is for Jocelyn and Taylan. I wanted to ask you, Jocelyn, what's it like to know that you have Tiarre in the lineup right behind you, and you got hit by a pitch and she comes up and strokes a 3-run homer, and then Taylan, what's it like just seeing the 1-2 punch between these two when they get their at bats?
Go ahead, Jocelyn.
Okay. Definitely just very comforting, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, like Tiarre is always going to have my bag, even if I don't have it that day. She's going to bring it, and I know that she'll always like answer for me in a sense, so I think we feed off of each other very well.
Taylan?
I mean, it's awesome being able to see what they can do, but throughout our whole lineup, I feel like we all have each other's back. So if one person's not on, then the next person's going to pick them up. And I told Jana Jones right after I lined out to left field, pick me up, and she goes and hits a home run. So it's pretty awesome to see those things happen.
Here.
Colt Sully, OU Daily. Coach, I wanted to ask you, Coach Venables was
Student
in the
athletes
stands.
first.
Sorry. Jocelyn, Coach Venables was in the stands along with other football players. What does it mean to have their support come out and watch you guys play today?
Dylan told me he was going to come, so I would have called him and said, why aren't you here? So it was a good thing he came. And Coach Venables is just cool to see. And the sport is just continuing to grow. Now football players are coming. I think I've seen Trey Young in the stands as well. And people want to watch us play. They love to watch us play, and they love to watch us dominate. So, yeah, I think it's super cool, and it's only going to get better from here.
Jenny?
Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. I'd like for all three of you to talk about what it's like to have home runs, hitting home runs in this environment, what that was like tonight for each of you. And then Taylan, if you could particularly talk about the depth of this lineup. You hit a home run, Jana hits a home run. It comes from all areas of this lineup. What does that mean to have that power ability up and down the lineup?
Start with Taylan, please.
I mean, having that power, I feel like it makes our lineup dangerous, and it's comforting to know that we can go out there and just, like I said before, have each other's back. And hitting that home run in that environment, I mean, I feel like all of us can say it's crazy. It's really exciting, and that was my first one, but it's not about me. It's about the team, and we got that W, so that's really all that matters.
Tiarre?
Yeah, like she said, I think it's very exciting to dream come true. But for me, I like watching other people hit theirs because when I'm at home, I just love to celebrate them. So to watch everyone just do what they can do and hit home runs, I think it's just super cool as a team, that bond we have at the plate when they come home.
Jocelyn?
Yeah, just like both of them said, super cool. But I think my favorite part is seeing the parents get the balls in the stands. And for Taylan, with that being her first home run here, I'm sure it was extra special. I didn't get to see it, but Jana John's time in, time out, like hitting home runs, Tiarre and my dad, like Uncle Nash and my dad just like pretending to be us. I think it's super cool to see. But yeah.
James?
James Alo, CBS Sports Radio in Oklahoma City. You guys said something about preparation at the beginning, which I think is telling. You just beat a team 16-1. They did save a pitcher they can throw at you tomorrow. So could you talk a little bit about the approach? I mean, you just pounded this team, but tomorrow's a new day. So how will you approach it?
Start with Jocelyn, please.
Yeah, I think the approach just stays the same. We're going to come out and we're going to dominate, and it doesn't matter who's on that mound. It doesn't matter what name across their chest that they're wearing. We're just going to come out and we're going to play Sooner softball.
Tiarre?
Yeah, I think just also carrying that momentum from this game to next game, like Josh said, doesn't matter who they're going to throw. No matter what, we're just going to keep the momentum, keep applying pressure, and go from there.
Taylan?
We're just going to come in tomorrow just ready to play again. And like both of them said, we're prepared. We're going to have the momentum, and it's time to win another ball game.
Ryan?
Ryan Chapman, all Sooners. This one's for you, Taylan. 3 of those home runs, you, Jocelyn's, multiple Jocelyn's, Janet, super seniors. Like, what does that mean for this class to come out and have that kind of showing in Game 1 of the Champ Series?
It's special. I mean, just being able to do that on this stage with each other, and for 3 of us in the super senior class, it's awesome. But again, it's about this whole team, and it's not just about one individual's performance. We all collectively got this W together.
All right, last one for student athletes, Jason.
Jason Pataki from the OU Daily. This one's for Jocelyn and Tiarre again. You guys have been very vocal about how your guys' games kind of play off with one another. You guys have 4 combined home runs tonight. I'm just kind of curious, do you guys feel like you're the best power hitting duo of all time? Because you guys are posting numbers that we've never seen before. So I'm just curious on your guys' thoughts on that.
Start with Jocelyn, please.
Yes, I think we are.
Tiarre?
I'm going to let her answer that. So, yeah.
I knew she would answer it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, Jocelyn, Tiarre, Taylan, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Gasso, please. Jesse?
Jesse Crittenden, Norman Transcript. Patty, obviously they were able to load the bases in that first inning. You guys are able to escape with just the 1 run. You guys respond with that 5-run inning. Just how big was that first inning in setting the tone for the rest of the game?
It was really big for us. I know Hope had a little trip up with some base on balls. Luckily, we got out of it relatively unscathed. But to be able to come back and answer with 5 the way we did just really was the way we wanted to start the game. Just, they punch first, but we punch back and we punch harder. And then the goal became, and I'm looking down and seeing that pretty much did, score in every inning and continue to score as many or as often as we can. So I felt the pressure from our offense constant.
James?
James Alo, CBS Sports Radio in Oklahoma City. Patty, every hitter except one got a hit, and she got a walk, and she scored twice in the game. We concentrate so much on Jossie and Tiarre sometimes, but this is a fantastic lineup, and today it certainly came through for you.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with Jana Johns right now. She's swinging well. Taylan Snow has been waiting to break through, and so today getting that, like the bottom of our lineup is really producing. Riley Boone has been hot as well. And I don't know that people talk a lot about Jada Coleman as much as they should. I mean, putting her in the leadoff, she has taken over and allowed Tiarre to go in behind Jossie. That has made them that dynamic duo, but that is all really happening from Jada Coleman finding her way on. So I look throughout the lineup and see people really doing a great job, especially our 7, 8, 9s are really stepping forward, turning the lineup over.
Ryan.
Yeah, Patty, just sort of along the lines of what I asked the players earlier, are you surprised at all at what this team is able to do, and especially on this stage?
I am not surprised. I think they showed me last year how good they could be offensively, and I think having another year together showed they're not afraid of these settings. They really embrace all of this excitement and the big stage. And I think they're at their best when the stage is, the lights are bright and the stage is big.
Brian.
Yeah, Patty, Brian Davis, Austin American Statesman. Going back to the first inning, I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on the psychological impact of how you guys hit people hard in the first, all season long? You know, and no matter what game it is, the opponent's thinking, oh, number one OU, and bang, y'all hit them hard. How does that affect a team mentally?
I think I think it's got to be tough. I could tell you with Texas, and I've said this before, they're the best hitting team, one of the best hitting teams that we've faced. So with that being said, we want to help our pitchers take off the pressure and try to give them breathing room and allow them, if they're going to make mistakes, that it's not going to hurt us as much. And I just felt today offensively, the crowd was in. It was the excitement of this first game. But I'll say one thing that we have over any other team is the experience of playing in this game. And that is big. If you have never been here before, it can be a little overwhelming. So I do think it's a psychological advantage for us when we come out and we jump early.
Jenny.
Patty, with Jocelyn hitting that first inning home run, I know the onslaught was on after that, but is there ever any part of you that has to sort of pinch yourself and remind you, like, this is not normal, like what she's doing, the numbers, the production, the way she does it, it's become so routine. Do you almost have to shake yourself to remind yourself?
I do, but I guess I know her so well that I just think that's who she is. So it's just like when she comes up, I'm expecting her to hit a home run, probably like anybody else. And it's ridiculous that I'm thinking that way, but I see her at practice every day and I see what she's capable of. And it's just so tough to beat her, and she's so strong. So I'm spoiled, but I am not wowed by it because, like I said, I see it on a daily basis.
All right, last one for Coach Gasso. Joe.
Joe Oren, Bettner Eyes in Oklahoma. Patty, wanted to ask you about Grace Green getting that grounded RBI. Just what was that moment, just considering how her role has changed from freshman year to now, considering she was part of that game where you all lost 16-3, to see her in that moment, get that opportunity, what was that like for you?
It was good to see her come back that way. She works hard. It's a stacked lineup, and if you're not really in defense, it's hard to get into this lineup. I have a lot of great potential designated players, but that's Jossie's spot. So where do I feed these other players? So anytime I can give that opportunity to Grace, I try to. We got some other freshmen in as well, which is important for their experience going forward. So a lot of good things happened tonight, and one of the real good ones was seeing Grace Green get that RBI.
Coach Gasso, thank you very much for your
guys.
time. Congratulations.